I thought I'd try something new and exciting. Just kidding, I watched Savage Salvation. What is Savage? What is it? Well, it's a Bruce Willis movie. You know the ones I mean. Randall Emmett or Corey Large, shitty cast, B-level out the arse, crappy bullet effects, all this kind of stuff. Except this one doesn't have Bruce Willis in it. Oh no. The role of Bruce Willis in this movie will be played by one of these two, John Malkovich or Robert De Niro. Because Willis could have played either one of those roles. Now I just want to say, like, you could argue that Bruce Willis has an excuse for making these movies. His mental health's declining, it's work, it pays well, all that kind of stuff, even though he's been doing these for over a decade. All the other actors, do they have the same excuse, like, or are they just fucking lazy? Well, yeah. So here we go. What is this movie about? Well, let's just say that it is directed by Randall Emmett. It's written by Adam Taylor Barker and Chris Syverson. And it stars Robert De Niro, John Malkovich, Jack Houston, and Willa Fitzgerald. And I'm gonna say something that might surprise people, and that this movie is almost watchable. Almost. Why? Alright, here's the gist of the movie. Hour and 40 long movie. Two heroin junkies decide to get clean. That's Jack Houston and Willa Fitzgerald. They're in a small town. And they get clean. But no, Willa Fitzgerald goes back into heroin and dies. And so Jack Houston's like, I want revenge. I'm going to destroy this whole heroin thing. And that's what he does. So there's a few problems I have with this movie. I'm like, alright, anyone who sees the movie poster or watched the trailer kind of knows what the gist of this movie is. So 50 minutes into the movie, Willa Fitzgerald has her OD and passes away. Alright, that's fine. It's emotional. Is this crooked? Have I got the camera on crooked? I don't care. So, Willa Fitzgerald passes away. Now, it's 49 minutes when that happens. I'm like, really? It's taken that long to build this up? But what the first half of the movie does is Jack Houston, Willa Fitzgerald, you see what their relationships are like. You see them going through heroin withdrawals and quitting and all this kind of stuff. And it's actually kind of alright. Why? Because Jack Houston and Willa Fitzgerald can freaking act. And they can act really well. And they can act so well that neither one of them should ever be anywhere near any of these movies with a 10-foot fucking barge pole forever. Give those two work, will you? They're pretty good. The only problem I have with the first half is, well, it's the first half without all that happens. Show us their life and show her dying like the first 10 minutes. 15, tops. Now let's get to the shooty, bang bang. I don't know why I was doing it like that. That's shooty bang bang. Yes, come on. It's an action. But the action's expensive, and these movies, their budgets are crap. So yeah, the pacing is weird because I always know where it's going to lead. Not only that, alright, look at this poster. The bearded dude, that's Jack Houston. I like him. You're good. The other two guys, well, Robert De Niro plays a straight shooting sheriff. So, alright, that's going to seem a little dumb if he's the bad guy, which is not out of the realm of possibility for these films, right? But then I'm just like, well, who is the main bad guy then? I bet you it's John Malkovich. Yep. So you try to do something to make me feel for the characters, and the strength of Jack Houston and Willa Fitzgerald almost, pulled it off. They're really good. Fortunately, like, I know where that story arc's leaving, so I'm like, don't take fucking an hour to get there, please. And then I'm just like, well, you wouldn't, yeah, he's a lame bad guy, he's really good, so yeah, it's got to be John Malkovich. And it was, and I was just like, man, that's predictable as hell. And I just want to say, like, Mr. Randall Emmett, it's not so much on this movie poster, but it's on a lot of others, from the producer of the fucking Irishman. The producer of The Irishman. Wow, tell me something I don't know, Mr. Emmett. You produced The Irishman? Wow. Did you never turn up on set? Did you never speak to Martin Scorsese? Because how do you not know how to make a fucking movie? that's paced good, has interesting twists and turns and shit. It's still by the numbers fucking crap. And I give it a 4 out of 10. These 4 points are for Willa Fitzgerald and Jack Houston. They're the only people that deserve points. Robert De Niro is kind of alright, except every time he talks, he's I can't hear what he's saying. It's like Bane was 60 years old, 80 years old, playing a sheriff. Also, these movies have a fucking 100 billion production credits at the start. They take over a minute. No one cares. You don't even say proudly presents this movie. You just like, well, let's get our logo up. No one likes any of your companies now. Fuck, you're all forgettable. No one cares that you produce crap like this. So what is it? How does this compare to a Bruce Willis movie? Well, it's the same. It just didn't have Bruce Willis in it. And I will say this has something that some of the Bruce Willis movies didn't have. I didn't take breaks for this. Mostly because I really liked Jack Houston and Willa Fitzgerald. I thought they were both great. And they made the movie kind of bearable. At least for the first half. So yeah. It's odd. 4. I don't usually give these movies that high a score. So yeah. Don't watch Savage Salvation. Why have I talked this long about it? Why did I watch it? Oh yeah, so you don't have to. You weren't going to watch it anyway, were you? Oh.